Hello guys, Luie here again. Today I'm going to bring you a guide for the SK who's coming up next month. It's a huge meta shift. Honestly, it should have been GG, but who knows now. Moonton's doing their own thing. Either we have DK Wheel, or DK is next, or GG Wheel. I don't even know, man. Like, there's too many variables to take into account now. Like, it's nice that DSK is here, but he is here way too early. Most people pulled for Flashy Flash, let him Awaken 2, or even just Awaken 1. Even then, that is a lot of resources to invest into one character. Then with another big character that's literally meta defining, it makes a lot of people in the community upset. It's made me quit my old account, now with Luigi, then with KZak supposedly quitting soon, then with multiple people realizing that whatever's happening now with the game, it's not going to be going up anymore. Pretty much a downward spiral, but enough of that. Let's continue with the video. But with DSK's basic attack, he deals 100% of his attack to a single target, which has a 50% chance to inflict specialized corrode, a form of DOT new to him, and it's able to transfer the effects to a random target and disappears after transferring one time. Then with his keepsake or ultimate, attacks a single target with 5 consecutive strikes, dealing 1050% or up to 1300% of attack. Can trigger breakthrough once per trial, which cancels out thermal and specialized unyielding. Then for his specialized corrode, he has a 75% chance or 90% with keepsake to inflict on the main targets and surrounding characters of the main targets. Specialized corrode does 100% of his attack and transfers to a random target after any character acts, disperses after transferring 3 times. Then he gains his own specialized guard with his ultimate, which is either equal to 450% or 600% of his attack. Specialized guard removes damage, stackable with extra HP effects like GG core, and can't be accumulated more than 15 times original HP. Passives. It's pretty much ADT slash AVM combo, basically. But it's way harder than those guys combined, even as a duo. When enemies suffer, DOT deals bonus damage to all enemies by 60%, then 5-star limit broken 80%, then 5P 86%. DOT damage only affects one of the same type the whole time, meaning that it can't not stack with others like bird, regular field DOT, then corrosion from like Gory Boss or Infinity. Then awaken passive causes enemies with specialized corrode to be adhesion, which adhesion is a new debuff now, which basically neutralizes any follow-up character like Garo, Atomic, Galwen, and regular Garo, pretty much making Garo Plus irrelevant and useless now. It's kind of crazy that his banner was just a debate, or not banner but wheel. Like, you pretty much got robbed out of your money, honestly. I mean, like, the only modes I can really see Garo being used is either bossing or PvE now. And maybe like Dojo and Honor Battle, but even then, he's not going to be built anymore. His meta lasts way too... didn't last way too long. But lasts for 2 rounds. After any ally acts, has 60% or 70% chance with Awaken 2 of inflicting combo follow-ups to a random enemy. And the DC King and ally in the same column will launch ultimate follow once or twice per round, depending on if he's Awaken or Awaken 2. I mean, Awaken 2 isn't that much big deal. All you get now is a higher percentage of launching a follow-up combo, along with an extra ult per turn, which is still big, but it's not really that mandatory to pull for Awaken 2. I mean, it gives you a better advantage, but seeing how Muton is moving forward, it's kind of iffy to even try to get Awaken 2. Then here are my suggestions for building DSK. Villains, basic, just go full attack, 3% attack, then flat. Then Demon going for triple bonus damage, not damage rate, since he isn't a damage dealer. His main purpose is his DOT, so having damage rate won't really boost his DOT. Instead of it will just boost his direct damage. Then with Grappler, it's kind of iffy. It really depends on who you wanna. And for Grappler, it's iffy. It really depends on what buff gears you have, since we're pretty much going to be scrounging for materials now, not knowing who's next now. So it's either a gamble to keep rolling or just stick with what you got. And for sets, Fiery to boost his DOT if possible. Then DK set, I guess, just for some reduction in the DOT damage that he'll receive, but it won't be much. Fiery set is the best thing to use on him. Then you just want full attack. You're trying to benefit as much as possible. Then Heart and Sword Sigils, you just want to boost his attack as high as possible. Like anything else doesn't matter as much. Airportization is pretty much the same. But just go full attack, honestly. Like going for the attack nodes and skipping the others is pretty fine still. Like crit and damage, and crit damage don't really affect much. Then last still either. Here are the pros and cons of DSK. I mean, there's no really that many cons, honestly, in my opinion. There is a lot of pros, but the biggest con is that DK Core is next, maybe next. So going for Awaken 2 is not the right move, or even just pulling him, because you do not want to miss out on DK Core this early on. His core being out is a huge meta shift that literally progresses you further in PvE and PvP, but more in PvE due to the fact that Bomb Core pretty much is lacking in Crescent Tower. Then with Mastery coming out, you'll need him there as well. And your villains is pretty much stacked, and your grapplers as well, since you have CK and perhaps Goku if you pulled him. But pulling DSK initially is very, very good, but you just gotta keep in mind that, are you going to spend if DK is next, or are you willing to sacrifice your progression for now for a future core that may be next month? Or if it's real, then it doesn't even matter, since you're pretty much just gate kept till like you save up enough wheel tickets, then hopefully pull him on a rerun wheel, but who knows. Honestly, everybody should get him. Keepsake, Awaken 2, he is a very meta unit. He shifts everything. It just becomes DOT pretty much. And with pros, he is the first counter to follow-ups. With the new debuff adhesion, enemies with specialized corrode will be unable to follow up / consecutive follow-ups. This basically counters all follow-up units such as CK plus, Garo plus, Meta Shift, PvP, and PvE due to his AoE specialized corrode. His corrode spreads and transfers, which is still, it's new. No, we haven't had a guy who has this at all. Then DSK gets specialized protection as well, so he is quite tanky. So higher the attack we have him, the higher survivability he'll have. And then cons, as I said before, it's a big gamble if DK Core is next. So I'm advising you, if you only have 180 tickets, to skip DSK. It may be a wild thing to say, but you do not want to mess out on DK Core. You will lose a lot of progression compared to losing out on DSK. And my team's here. This is what I've been thinking about lately. But it just depends on the units I have. Since most of them have lost their value a lot. Here, Team 1. Pretty much few people can run this, honestly. The main purpose is to be either the slowest, but if you're the fastest, doesn't really matter with placements. You can swap Guryu up front, then King at the back. Either way, but this pretty much just prioritize being slow. You fear with King, then you seal with Flashy Flash on Cruel, then you then you OTK with Silver Fang, then whoever's in the unyielding state, DSK and Goketsu will clean up, triggering their breakthroughs. Pretty basic. And down here with Garo, it's quite iffy, honestly. Like, Garo's pretty much lost all his value being released with Koketsu, basically. Like, if he got his own time to shine, he would have had some usability and some value, but basically units coming out to counter him, it's pretty much pointless to almost run him. Like, you can have him built up just to be basically a utility unit / support, but even his utility is gone now, basically, with adhesion. But having DSK built up enough where you can possibly semi-OTK, but not really, it'll just depend on your placement, honestly. Then here's on the middle team, Boros to give you some more tankiness if you pull them, along with Koketsu gives you steals, gives you some tankiness with 85% of damage shared to his minions. But you mainly primarily focus on the DSK and Koketsu combo because both of these units provide breakthrough. Like, Atomic is still nice, but you're pretty much targeting their DSK, reducing their attack, allowing you to survive a bit more longer than usual. Here, it's a bit different. I mean, just playing with what you got, there's many variables to take into account. Not one thing will work with another. Then just working with your situations is pretty much the best you can do. I mean, this unit coming out so early is very detrimental to the game. Many people may quit. Many people may stay to see the second anniversary just to see what happens, but people sooner or later are going to hang up their capes. That's how it goes. This game is almost at the point of no return, and it's highly unlikely that it'll be saved. But thank you guys for watching till the end. Leave a like and subscribe. Join my Discord if you want. Pretty much almost the last OPM YouTuber now that it seems, along with Gamma and Massesk. But yeah, hope you guys have a good day. Bye.